Before we get started into today's show, do not forget this weekend, which we record this show before the weekend. So today and tomorrow is the Georgia Mountain Highlands Festival and Scottish Games. If you get a chance, please go and attend. I'm looking forward to it. It's at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds this weekend. What is this weekend? Let's look here on the calendar. Let's see. That would be, let's pull the calendar out on my phone. What would we do without phones? That is June 7th and 8th at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. Saturday and Sunday is the Georgia Mountain Highlands Festival and Scottish Games. And then on Saturday, June 7th, is the Rotary Club is holding their annual barbecue in Hayesville. It's around the square. They'll have some classic cars. They'll have some good barbecue, thus the name barbecue. Hope that y'all can attend one, if not both, of the events. All right, now to today's show. We're going to be looking at the real estate market in general, both nationally and locally. Inman News headline, pending home sales tank 6.3% in April as mortgage rates stay high. The article reads, pending home sales plummeted 6.3% in April, the National Association of Realtors reported on Thursday. All four major U.S. regions saw a drop in pending sales on a monthly basis. Year over year, the Midwest saw contract signings increase, but the Northeast, South, and West regions all saw contract signings drop during that period as homebuyers resisted transacting in an elevated mortgage rate landscape. Fancy wording. The pending home sale index dropped 71.3 in April. According to the NAR chief economist Lawrence Young said, at this critical stage of the housing market, it is all about mortgage rates. Despite an increase in housing inventory, we are not seeing higher home sales. Lower mortgage rates are essential to bring home buyers back into the housing market. Folks think that 7% is high. I want to say I try to be positive, but what the crap? I mean, you talk about 7% is a good rate. I mean, yes, we've had cheap money the last few years, but 7% is just, I can remember first homes were around 9%, a little over 9 back in the 90s, and we're at 7%. That's, people are waiting. I guess I can't blame them. Everybody wants a deal, so they're holding out, hoping they'll go back down. But you can't always have cheap money. All right, then turning over to Keeping Current Matters, their monthly market report for May 2025. Starts out 70% of Americans are concerned about a potential housing market crash in 2025. We've talked about that time and time again. I put out a lot of videos on YouTube that have addressed this issue also. I just don't see that happening, nor do most of the economists. We just have so much equity built up that folks could afford to probably sell their homes rather than see another wave of foreclosures like the crash in 2008. 32% who planned a major purchase this year say they're now delaying it, including 1 in 4, 22% who plan to buy a home, and 1 in 8, 13% who plan to sell a home. What we're seeing is a lack of consumer confidence. Before you make any major financial move, you want to have some confidence that it's the right time, that it's the right move. And I sell homes in principally a second home market. And folks right now are a little apprehensive about stretching to buy that second home up here in the mountains. I get it. The legacy media is definitely stirring the pot, keeping consumer confidence down. It is what it is. Hard to fight You cut the TV on and all they do is pull out the negative. That's why I, to a great extent, don't watch the news. I mainly just read facts, economists. And even that can be skewed. I've read some articles recently where I thought this guy is skewing the stats. But all right, next. Though many Americans believe the housing market is at risk of crashing, economists who study housing market conditions generally do not expect to crash in 2025 or beyond unless the economic outlook changes. We still don't have enough inventory. There's too much equity. You go back to 2008, we were just overbuilt up here in the mountains. Good golly. Everybody and their brother was a builder, and there were homes going up every day up here. And we just had too much inventory for any type of downturn. We do not have too much inventory. Inventory is increasing, but we're just not to a point to where that is a major issue. And that's kind of what we're going to look at today as we get further in to the local market, addressing inventory now and in the past. And that's chief economist at First American says there's just generally not enough supply. There are more people than housing inventory. It's Econ 101. Then Lawrence Young, the chief economist over at NAR that we quoted earlier, home price growth will moderate due to more supply coming onto the market. Having income and wages rise faster than home prices are welcome to improve affordability. Next, home price growth is moderating. February of 2025, we were at 3.9%. 3.9%. If you go back to February of 2024, you were looking at 7%. Year over year, home price change. 7% a year ago in February, 3.9%. So home price growth is definitely moderating. Freddie Mac, quote, we expect the pace of home price appreciation to moderate from the level seen in 2024 while still maintaining a positive trajectory. Yeah, I mean, we're not seeing values skyrocket, but we aren't seeing them plummet either. Chief Economist Young again with NAR. There's just simply not enough supply. So the economics of supply and demand, if there's a shortage, prices simply cannot crash. In reference to mortgage rates, let's see here. Most of the major players, Fannie Mae, Wells Fargo, etc., the top four have an average projection of 6.36 fourth quarter of 2025. I don't, it's still a great rate. It's just that people are a little afraid right now. Cut the TVs off. Cut the TVs off. Turn the radio on and listen to us. We'll be right back after these commercial messages. Thanks for listening, folks. All right, folks, right before the break, we were talking mortgage rates. There's a great quote by Chief Economist Lawrence Young. A meaningful decline in mortgage rates would help both demand and supply. Demand by boosting affordability and supply by lessening the power of the mortgage rate lock-in effect. What do they mean by supply by lessening the power of the mortgage rate lock-in effect? There are a lot of homeowners out there that have such great rates, 2.9, below 3%, that their attitude is, why on earth would I sell when I've got such a great rate? And I get it. A lot of them won't until perhaps life changes. It's time to downsize. They built a big house and the kids are gone. Or maybe they need to upsize. They need a bigger home because little ones come along and they're not on a piece of property where they can't add on or where they can add on. But that's just a quick look at the national market. Let's take a look at starting over in Towns County. And let's talk inventory today. Residential inventory in Towns County. We have have, as of the last day in May, we had, let's see, 200 homes for sale. 200 homes for sale into May. That seems like a lot, and inventory is increasing, but if you go back to 2019, there were 283 homes for sale, 83 more. Go back to 2012, there are 372 homes for sale in Towns County. Now, let's go back to that dreaded year, 2008. 2008. How many homes were on the market in Towns County in May, into May? 463. 463 homes for sale 2008. Again, we briefly touched upon this earlier. We had an oversupply. Everybody and their brother was a builder up here. 463 homes for sale at this point in 2008, whereas right now we have 200 homes for sale. Now let's take a look at land. It's something we don't talk about a whole lot, but that is a major part of our market up here, our vacant lots. Just your average vacant lot, not creekfront, riverfront, lakefront, but just your average wooded vacant lot. Right now in Towns County, we have 133 vacant lots for sale. In 2019, we had 400 vacant lots. In 2012, we had 329, so it actually went up. There were a lot of people that sat on whole subdivisions. I knew a couple developers that sat on subdivisions till prices began to return after the 2008 crisis. Let's go back to 2008. Vacant lots for sale in Towns County. Right now, we have 100, or through the end of May, we had 133 for sale. In 2008, we had 811 vacant lots for sale. We've come down quite a bit from 811 in 2008 to now 133 vacant lots for sale in Towns County. Scarcity there. Right now, if I were shopping, if I were an investor, I still think land is a good buy. Home prices are up and continue to rise in some of our counties. I believe if you're looking to invest, land is probably your best investment right now here in our area. Clay County, North Carolina. Homes. Through the end of May, there was 123 homes for sale this year, 2025. 123 homes, Clay County, through the end of May. 2019, 226. Over 100 more homes, 2019. 2012, 288 homes for sale. 2008, 344 homes. 344 homes back in 2008 for sale versus the 123 we have at the end of May. 123 versus 344. Oversupply. Supply demand drove prices substantially down in Clay County. Now let's take a look at vacant lots. They were crazy over in Clay, and they're still high. We still have a significant inventory of vacant lots for sale over in Clay County, North Carolina. As of the end of May, we had 342 vacant lots for sale in Clay County. 342. Back at the end of May of 2019, we had 566. 2012, we had 569. 569 vacant lots for sale in Clay County in 2012. But let's talk about the big boom of 2008. Everything was selling up here in the early 2000s. By 2008, May of 2008, 1,030 vacant lots on the market in Clay County. 1,030 vacant lots in 2008. Right now, 342. It's still the county. Clay County still has the largest vacant lot inventory in the area. But we've come a long way since 2008 and over 1,000 vacant lots. Now, let's take a quick look at Union County. I don't have stats going back to 2008 for Union. Right now, we have 252 homes for sale through the end of May. 2019, we had 280. and 2017 we had 310 homes. So inventory is definitely coming down in Union County. Now let's take a look at vacant lots, and I just don't have data going that far back. Right now through the end of May we have 196 vacant lots, but let's talk supply and demand. You go back to 2019, the average sold price in Union County for a vacant lot, we're not talking creekfront, riverfront, lakefront, we're just talking a wooded lot somewhere, was a little over $29,000. Today, the average sold price in Union County is a little over $63,000, almost a $40,000 increase. And that's also true if you take a look at Towns County. Back in 2019, when there were 400 vacant lots, the average sold price was a little over $36,000. Thus far this year, the average sold price is a little over $74,000, but we've gone from 400 vacant lots for sale down to 133. And real quick, before we have to close, in Clay County, let's see, 2019, when we had 566 vacant lots for sale, the average sold price was a little over $36,000. Today we have 342 vacant lots. The average sold price is just under $58,000. A lot has changed, and a lot of it has to do with inventory. We still don't have enough inventory to worry about a crash, so I wouldn't concern myself with that. If you find what you want, buy it. Folks, I hope you found this information helpful. If you're looking to buy or sell, please reach out to me. My name is Rick Andrews. As always, thanks so much for listening.